just hanging out. Got out of the office today, working in a coffee shop. So just hanging out, seeing if anyone has any questions or what you guys want to talk about today. By the way, I was just meeting with one of my coaching clients, and give me a second. And he was talking about, how his company laid him off like out of the blue. He went from 130,000 a year to zero. And so he ended up starting a middleman electrician business, and he's in the VIP program. He lives here in DFW, so I kind of get to meet with him. And so we've been talking about that. But man, I come on here almost like every day and just tell you guys, how serious this AI takeover is, how hard it's going to be for people in the future who do not adjust right now, because the time to make the changes, the time to adjust, that's right now. The time to protect yourself, that's happening now. Everything you need to do to be safe during this movement, all that stuff is happening now. Like, you have got to be locked in and understand what's coming, what's out there, where are we headed. You've got to be ahead of it, because if you're not, potentially you get left behind. You will get left behind. And guess what? I don't want you to get left behind. I want you guys to win at the highest level, to be successful, to make a good living, have a good life. And that's some of the things we were talking about is, what do you want your life to look like? Do you want to punch a clock until you die? Do you want to be healthy? You want to spend time with your family, with your kids? Of course. The answer is always, of course. You want to do some good things. You want to enjoy life. You want to do the things you love doing with the people you love doing. So I know this is a short message, short video, but I hope it impacts some of you. Hope you get it, this video, whenever you need it the most. And again, just understand that there's some tough times ahead for a lot of people. They're going to lose all of their income. They're not going to be able to figure out how to get paid, how to take care of their families, how to put food on the table. The prices or the cost of living, it is not going down anytime soon. So your focus today needs to be additional income. If I could just tell people to focus on one thing today, it would just be answer this question. How are you going to make money when you no longer have that job? That's the only real thing you need to be thinking about. It's like, how are you going to make money when that job is gone? How are you going to get paid? How am I going to get paid when I do not have a job? How am I going to get paid when the money is gone? So this video, I hope it finds you exactly when you need it. But the AI takeover is here. It's not just AI, it's automation, it's a bunch of things. But there's a company, I can't think of the company name, they're about to lay off a ridiculous amount of people. And you know what their reason was? Automation. I keep saying it. That job you have today, you could literally go into the weekend, wake up Monday morning and be unemployed. So, tough times ahead for a lot of people. What do you need to be doing right now? Doing something about it. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be proactive. You need not to be sitting around waiting to find out you're fired or you lost your job. You need to be moving towards another source of income right now. It's the only way to beat this. Well, that and partnering with AI. See, AI is going to eliminate a lot of jobs, but if you marry AI or you partner with AI, build a relationship with AI, it's actually going to help you. But for a lot of you, you're going to get left behind. So whatever you do, look, figure out a way to work with AI. Figure out a way to partner with AI. Figure out a way to be friends with AI, to marry AI, to engage with the AI. Just figure out a way to get AI to say, I do. If you can figure out a way, because that's how you're going to be successful, that's how you're going to win in the next 5, 10 years. How do I win, Sean? What do I do? Figure out a way to work with AI. Because AI is going to be the enemy, or it's going to be your friend. I'd much rather AI be my friend. If you rather partner with AI than to sit around and wait for AI to take your job, smash the thumbs up. If you rather be friends, smash the thumbs up. I'd rather be friends. I'd rather be friends with AI. I'd rather have AI on my team as opposed to fight against AI. I think it's easier if I sit back and go, I know, because here's how I think. Here's what I understand. All right, AI has been on the scene, like really on the scene, all of this year. What did it do? Well, it eliminated about 1 million jobs. Wow. Whew. Gosh. There's only like 150 million jobs in America. Okay, so it's eliminated a little less than 1% of jobs. Ouch. And it's only been on the scene like mainstream for about a year, and it's already done that, had that kind of impact. Wow. Okay, my next question is, what's AI going to do next year? Oh, it's going to be better? It's going to be faster? Wow. So I can go ahead and assume at minimum it's going to eliminate 1 million jobs again. But if it's growing, if it's learning, if it's changing, maybe 10 million jobs eliminated in 2026. Now, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't sit around and wait to find out if I'm a victim. I would be moving. I would say, oh, no, you're not about to catch me off guard. I see what's happening here. I see you. I'm watching you. I see you came in through the back door. You didn't say anything. Now you're trying to take over. I'm watching. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm not going to sit back and wait to be a victim. No. See, I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to get ahead of you. What are you here to do? You're here to eliminate jobs? Okay, we need our paychecks. I need mine. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't want to fight you. This is me talking to AI. I don't want to fight you. You know more than me. You can remember more than me. You're faster than me, all of that. Here's what I want to do. I want to know how I can partner with you, how we can work together, how we can build something that helps you and me. How we can work together, partner together, build something that helps us both. Right? What do you want to do, AI? Well, I want to do this. I want to eliminate jobs. I want to grow. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay. How can we work together so you can get what you want and I can get what I want? That's the question I'd be asking. How can I partner with AI? I was just talking to my coaching student. That's why I'm here in the coffee shop today. And I was like, dude, you're in a really good spot because you have a career, you have a skill set that AI can't replace. He's an electrician. And I said, so what we're going to do, we're going to turn your electricity business into a middleman business. That's our process, and that's what we're doing. And we're going to turn that business into a complete middleman business that does not need or require him to be a part of it. I showed him my middleman book and move business. He was blown away. I was like, what? I was like, look, dude, we got 3 bookings in the hour we've been sitting here talking, and I don't even know who these people are. He was like, you don't talk to them? No. That's the whole point of being a middleman. I was like, if Uber showed up right now to pick you up, is it Uber in the car or someone else? He said, someone else. Exactly. I said, well, then where's Uber? He was like, wherever they want to be. Exactly. What they're not doing is driving people around. I said, it's the same concept. People already do it. And but anyway, I just want to share that with you that, don't sleep on this AI takeover. It's coming, but you don't have to be a victim. You can actually benefit from this by teaming up, partnering with AI, being friends with AI, even proposing and marrying to AI like I did. I asked it to marry me. As soon as I saw what was coming, I was like, oh, no. We got to have a relationship or this thing's going to wipe me out. So I said, how can you and I work together and both get what we want? Right? AI wants to make life easy, get a lot of people fired, do a lot of work that people do, make the process easy. And I said, okay, what do I want? I want to make a bunch of money and not have to do all the work. Perfect situation. And so, but for anybody who's new to the channel, all I do is teach people on this channel. Well, we talk about finances and how to improve your life and your thinking, of course. But I also teach people how to build a business or convert their business into a middleman business. And a middleman business is simply a business that connects a customer to a service provider without us actually doing the work. So just like connecting your best friend with a handsome guy or a beautiful girl. So if you want to know how a middleman business works, you can go to my website, bookandmove.com. I also have Quote Buddy. You see I'm working on some Quote Buddy stuff today. So those are just two of my middleman businesses. Now you might say, dude, how do you run two businesses and do videos in a coffee shop? Because the businesses don't need me. They run without me. That's the whole point. I don't want a job, I want a business. So, but anyway, if that's something you want to learn, just put the word middleman in the comments below. But I just wanted to come on here and share that with you, that even though AI is here and it's going to be taking over and costing a lot of people their jobs and livelihood, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be you. You can actually pivot and partner with AI and use it to your benefit. Now, those who want a changed life and are serious about it, you'll do it. Those who don't and who are lackluster, you're going to be the ones who get left behind. You're going to need UBI. You're going to need the government to take care of you. You're going to need Social Security. You're going to need welfare, food stamps. You're going to need all that. You're going to need FEMA. You're going to need everything. You're going to need the government to take care of you and control your life. I don't want that. I want to control my own life as much as possible. So, and there's nothing wrong with any of those programs. I've been through a lot of them. So, but do you want to continue to live that way? No, I don't. I want to take care of myself. So how about I partner with the biggest shift that's coming in our lifetime? How about I join it and use it? Right? So that's what a middleman business does. It partners with AI, lets AI handle all of the work while you go play golf. All right, I gotta go. I got a little more work to do before I get out of here, and I don't know, I might go swing the club today. But I hope everybody have a great day. And listen, no job is safe, no job is secure. You need to be thinking about how are you going to get paid when you don't have a job. So if you know that AI is here and it's going to be taking over a lot of jobs, smash the thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know who else is on board. Who believes what I believe? Because that's what I believe. That's what I believe. Sitting there just going over some strategies for my newest VIP. But again, you don't have to sit here and just take it. You don't have to sit here and just let AI destroy lives or destroy your life. Because I always say, man, look, if you want to be real, if you want to be real serious, go to the end. Fast forward to the end. Fast forward to when you wake up and you find out you've been laid off. Or they call you into the office at work and then lay you off. The company's downsizing, we're cutting costs, whatever. Hey, we're leaning more towards automation. You're out of there. All of a sudden, you don't have a job. Now you have to go home. The bills are going to be there again. They're coming every month. They're not going to stop. The mortgage, the lease has got to be paid, the car, the insurance, all that stuff has to be paid. Where's your money going to come from now? Oh, that's right. You saved money in the bank because you thought eventually at some point there would be an emergency and that's what the money's for. Okay, gotcha. All right, so you go and blow through that. Now what? Now you have no money in the bank. That was only enough to last a month. Now what? Well, Shon, I'll have a job by then. Really? Look around. There are people who've been out of work for 6 months or more, cannot find a decent job. There are people doing multiple interviews to get a job at Taco Bell. Think of that. Taco Bell? 3 interviews? Come on. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all agree or disagree? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Because I don't know. I think I'm seeing something. Let me know in the comments, guys. You agree? You disagree? You believe AI is going to be as bad as people are predicting, or do you believe it's not going to be that bad? Let me know in the comments. I think it's going to be the biggest disruptor since we created cars and got away from horse and carriage. You better believe it's a disruptor. You better believe if you have a question or if you have a comment, you're welcome to drop it before I get off. But you need to understand what's coming. And again, you can sit back and do nothing, or you can lean forward and do something. You know what I'm doing. So if you want to punch that clock until you die and hope AI doesn't take your job, fine, go for it. We'll see how it works out. Or if you want to be proactive, create another source of income before AI eliminates you, that's a better choice. That's smarter. And you need to move quickly. You need to move quickly. All right, I got to go. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Don't stress out about things you can't control, but do get prepared. You know what's coming. You know it's on the horizon. You know AI is here. You know it is. Let me know in the comments. Am I just blowing smoke? Is AI not going to be that bad? I mean, it just cost us 1 million jobs, and this year's not even over. Will AI continue to eliminate jobs next year? Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? Let me know in the comments. Is AI a serious threat or not so much? Should we take it seriously, or it's just a passing fad, just a passing trend? You let me know. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Let me know. Let me know. Is AI here to stay, at least for the rest of our lifetime? What do you think? You know what I think. You know what I think. I think it's here to stay, and it's going to cause a lot of issues. There's going to be a lot of people who lose everything. I don't want to be one. That's why I do this video, because I don't want you to be one. I don't want you guys to sit back and take this thing for granted and then find out you don't have a job. There are people getting fired right now. Right now. There's someone being told, this is your last paycheck. But I got a family. I know. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do. Companies are just downsizing. That's what they're calling it. Oh, just consolidating. No. AI is here. It's here. The jobs that people frowned upon. I was just talking to my guy, and he's an electrician, but he's burned out. He's ready to convert into a middleman business. He said, man, as soon as I heard what you said, I was like, that's me. Let's go. Get me out of this. I said, man, but you have one of the safest industries because you're a service provider. AI can't go in houses and replace lights or fixtures or anything like that. That's what you do. Now we're going to get you out of it. Someone else is going to do it, but it's a safe industry. Let me ask you guys this. If you were to start a middleman business today, what industry would you choose? I'm curious. You know, I'm in the moving industry. I'm also working on a couple more. But I'm in the marketplace industry. But if you guys were to start a middleman business today, what industry do you think you would get into? What do you like? What industry would you get into? Let me know in the comments. What industries would you guys get into? Right? I have students that are in like so many different industries, and it's all the same across the board. They all work the same. But what industry would you guys get into? I'm curious to know. Somebody said home cleaning. Yeah, I have a bunch of students who do that. Somebody said moving. Yep, I have probably home cleaning, moving, and what's the other one? Home cleaning, moving, and I want to say website design. Those are probably the top 3 that people are in. Home cleaning, moving, website design. Handyman, I know that's at the top. Any type of inside the home work. And I think the other one is probably vehicle detailing or something like that. But there's so many industries that you guys can get into and choose from. So you get to decide what industry you want to get into. But I'm curious, drop in the comments, if you could start a middleman business today, which industry would you get into? Let me know, let me know. And by the way, we do offer 3 different programs when it comes to getting into the middleman business. But the entry level, do it yourself, where I give you all the work so you can go ahead and build your own middleman business. That thing's, I want to say, well, I know I don't know, it might even be less than $100. So if you want to get into that one and it's do it yourself. You do not work with me, but you get all the information, and you'll be able to launch your own business within probably 7 days. That's the basic program, the blueprint. If you want to get into that, look, that thing right now is less than $100. All you have to do is put the word middleman in the comments below. Get that link. Go get all that information. Comes with the online tutorial, the training where I break everything down. Comes with the workbook. Comes with all the templates, all the forms. By the time you finish that training, you'll be ready to launch your own business. You can do that. Again, it does not come with training with me. Does not come with any of that. Now we also have the done for you project, where we'll do all the stuff for you, build a website for you, set it up for you, just like bookandmove.com. And then we have the VIP, where I work with you personally one-on-one, like I do with my clients here. So if that's something you want to do, the VIP is a lot more. The done for you is a lot more, but if you just want to get into the system and just get the basic program, look, I think it's just $97. It might be a little less, maybe a little more, but I think somewhere around that. Swipe the card, spend a couple days going through this, building your business, go make some money. And then when that money starts coming in, just use it to upgrade, get into the VIP so we can build out your system. And if you want to learn, by the way, if you're like, well, what's a middleman business going to look like? Bookandmove.com, freequotebuddy.com, those are both my companies. And I've been a middleman. Somebody asked one time, it's like, how did you get into this? That's an interesting question, because I used to have a 9-to-5. In fact, I used to have 2 9-to-5s. And I was playing by the rules. I was saving money, just in case an emergency happened, and it did. And I was saving money. I was working hard. I thought my job was safe. I thought it was secure. I was like, there's no way I'm losing this job. And then guess what happened? I lost the job. In fact, I lost both. And I ended up being a school janitor. So after school hours, I wasn't the day janitor. I was the after school janitor. So after the day ends, I would go to the school and do janitorial work. And if you've ever had a job, I call them struggle jobs. I appreciate them, nothing wrong with them. But if you've ever had a struggle job where you're like, man, I cannot believe this is what I have to do to get a paycheck. If you've ever had one, smash thumbs up. And if you want to let me know what it was, after you smash thumbs up, put in the comments. And so somebody said dog walker. Oh my gosh. Is dog walker that bad? Somebody said babysitting. Oh, ouch. Babysitting. So put in the comments. I'm curious to what you guys have. Hit thumbs up, whatever platform you're watching on. Follow me on all social media, Middleman CEO. But again, I was like, I thought the job was safe. I thought the job was secure. I thought there was no way I could lose the job. And then I did. I was like, y'all don't even pay me, and still fired me. And so I ended up, after that, I had about $3,000 in my savings account because I was told to save for an emergency. Then I found out, after you blow through your savings, trying to take care of yourself, there's no more money. They don't put the money back in there. And then I found out they don't just hire you. And so I ended up going a few months without having a job, and then guess what happened? I was homeless. Ended up being homeless, sleeping in my truck for about 3 months. And that was one of the hardest times of my life. I was like, man, I don't like this. I don't ever want to be caught vulnerable like this. So that's why when I see AI coming, I start blowing the whistle, like I'm warning everybody. You see what's happening. You don't even need me to warn you. You can see this yourself. You see what's going on. Why are you not getting prepared? Why are you not proactive? Why are you not getting ahead of this? You're going to wait for the tsunami to wipe you out? I'm not doing that. That's happened to me. That's happened to me already. And what I should have done is understood back then that no job is safe, secure. I should have understood that, hey, no matter how much money you pile into a savings account and wait on an emergency, it'll never be enough. Because when you use the money's gone, it does not come back. What I should have understood is, hey, while you still have the job and you have a little bit of money in your savings account, why not go take some of the money out of your savings account and then do something with it to try to create or acquire an asset, and then the asset will grow and pay money to you, cash flow. And then when you lose your job, it's okay because you already have another source of income that you already built. But I didn't do that. See, I was like a lot of you. I waited. I found out the hard way, and I ended up sleeping in public restrooms. True story. My wife can tell you. And that wasn't even long ago. That was 2017. I never want to go through that again. So, you guys have a decision to make. You can sit around and do nothing, or you can heed my warning and do something. My advice, do something. All right, I got to go. I got a little bit of work I got to do. This is as hard as I work. This is about as hard as I work with pen and a pad. This is about as hard as I work. Because even though I have a moving service, I don't do any moving. Well, Sean, that's impossible. Well, is it? Uber has a transportation service for billions of dollars. Does Uber drive anybody around? Nope. Have you ever been picked up by an Uber employee? No. No, it's just somebody in their car. Nothing wrong with that. But that's a middleman system. It just connects. Right? And if you do it well enough, you can make a bunch of money. I was showing him just now. I said, man, just in the past 3 days, 2 or 3 days, I said, man, I'm at 2,600 in my business, probably like 3 days. And I showed him the number. I said, man, we're at 2,600 in 3 days. And I was like, look at all these jobs we booked. And he was blown away. And I said, I don't move any of these people. And I said, not only that, I don't even know these folks. I don't know any of the customers. I don't have conversations with them. They just come to the site, book, and go. And I was like, so what we could do is take your electrical business and convert it into this type of business, a middleman business. I was like, so if that's what you want to do, we can get to it. And he was like, bro, sign me up. He didn't say that. He just said, say less. Let's do it. I said, all right, man, here's what we're going to do. And so I put everything together. Smash thumbs up if you understand what a middleman company is. Let me know in the comments. Smash thumbs up if you understand that AI is going to take a lot of jobs and you've already seen it. Smash thumbs up. If you've already seen layoffs, let me know in the comments. Because I've seen it. And you guys see it every day. Let me know in the comments. Is it not happening as much as I think it is, or do you anticipate it happening a lot? I think we're looking at minimum 10 million jobs next year. Minimum. These companies cannot wait to integrate AI so they can fire you. They can't wait. My advice, don't wait around to get fired. Do something. These companies cannot wait to get rid of you. So understand that. They can't wait to get rid of you. I don't want you guys to sit around and get hit with a layoff, find out your paycheck is not there, and then have to go home and tell your family, I don't know what we're going to do. That's a hard conversation to have. I never want to have that. I never want to have it. If you got any questions or comments, you're welcome to drop it. Welcome to drop it. Again, this is just an impromptu video. I'm just sitting in a coffee shop, not working hard. I don't want to work hard. My back hurts, my knee hurt. I don't want to do hard work. I want to do easy work. Because people are always like, well, you got to work hard if you want to make a living. No, you don't. Where's Jeff Bezos right now? While all of his employees are out there working hard, throwing boxes at your door. Where's Jeff Bezos? Oh, on a yacht? Oh, on a super yacht. Okay, gotcha. You think he's working hard on that yacht? No. So who's doing the hard work then? Oh, the delivery drivers. Yes. So I always say, look, the harder you work, the more you struggle. It is what it is. You want to be broke? Keep working hard. You want to make a bunch of money and live a good life? Build a system. Invest in a system that provides other people with work and pays you. Rewards other companies and rewards other employees or other ISPs and pays you. Right? ISPs, movers, pay me. I even showed him that. I said, dude, I got 30 movers. I wasn't even planning on having that. I have 30 movers and a waiting list here in Dallas. And I'm about to scale outside of Dallas now because we're growing. But I said, dude, I have 30 ISPs, movers, listed on my site waiting for work. And he said, how did you get so many? I was like, man, as soon as they find out you have guaranteed work, they line up. And I said, if you think that's something, look at this. And then I showed him. I said, here's what they pay me monthly. He was like, dude, you have 30 companies that pay you monthly, $150. I said, yeah, I can show you guys. I said, yes. And he said, he started doing the math. He said, that's like $4,000 a month. I said, $4,500. Because I know. I said, man, before I even get out of bed on the first of each month, $4,500 is in my account. That's just from the movers. And I was like, we can set up your company in a way that you can have 30 electricians waiting on work, all paying you $100, $150 per month. Guaranteed income before any job gets booked. So, needless to say, he was excited about that, but I'm excited to teach him. Anyway, guys, let me go ahead and finish what I got to do. Good talk. Video wasn't meant to scare you. It was intended to, again, wake you up, get you prepared. But just think about what I said, man. Hit thumbs up if you understand that AI is going to take a lot of jobs next year. I don't know how many. I'm guessing about 10 million minimum. You can put your number down below, or you can, if you think it's going to take more than 10 million next year, then put a 1 in the comments. If you think it's going to take less than 10 million, put a 2 in the comments. I think it's going to take minimum 10 million. Smash the thumbs up, by the way. It's a few of you watching on this live. Smash the thumbs up if you don't mind. It's the only way this channel grows. This is, I like to call it a no fluff channel. There's no fluff here. I'm not deceiving you. I'm not lying to you. I'm not making up stuff just to entertain you. It's not what this channel is. This channel is here to wake you up and inform you so that you can make the best decision for yourself and your family. Because I wish in 2017, when I became homeless, I wish there was somebody who would have warned me, who would have said, hey, Shon, listen, that job is not safe, secure. Don't go all in. Hey, Shon, I know you're stacking money in the bank, waiting on the emergency. A better idea would be to use the money now to create some cash flow. Hey, Shon, because we know that job is not safe and that paycheck's not secure, we need to have another source of income. We need to be working on that today. I wish I had someone telling me that. I wouldn't have been sleeping outside looking up at the sky. Wasn't pretty at all. So hit thumbs up, guys, if you don't mind. Smash the thumbs up, smash it, smash it, smash it. And by the way, if you guys were going to start a middleman business, I'd sure like to know, what industry will you get into? I'm just always curious. I had someone comment one time, blew me away. It's like, I'm going to get into the bounce house industry. I was like, a bounce house? It's like, yeah. I was like, wait a minute. The things you set up at kids' parties in the backyard? I was like, yeah. So we jumped on a call. I was like, I got to hear more. How does that work? Because I never thought about it. He was like, I have a friend who charges $350, because I get excited when we start talking about money. He said, I have a friend who charges $350 to set up a bounce house. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, $350. And he was like, that's the minimum package. He said, because he was like, man, he'll throw in a DJ. I was like, my gosh, y'all have this down. He was like, he was like, sorry, I had to make a note. And he was like, yeah, this guy charges $350 minimum. And he said he'll just go out, set it up, go home, and then come back and pick it up later and have his money. He was like, he's like, I already talked with him. He's willing to do it. I was like, well, okay, how much is he charging minimum job? He said $350, okay. And I said, okay, so he can charge the customer $350, you can charge him. I said, well, how much is he willing to do it for at the lowest? He said he's willing to do it for $275. I was like, okay, so the customer's going to pay $350. He's going to go out and do the job for $275. What does that leave left? A $75 deposit commission. So he was like, I could just take $75 off of every job. He was like, and that's fine with me because I don't do any of it. I was like, bet. I was like, I never thought of that. That is pretty cool. And I said, not only that, if you can get the customer to pay $400, you can make $125 per job. And so right now we're building out his site, and I'm not going to go into detail because you probably don't want me to share all that. But he was my first student to ever say bounce house, and then I got another student. I was like, wow, maybe they heard me say it on here. But if you think middlemaning a bounce house business is a good idea, let me know in the comments. Just put a Y. If you think that's a good idea, put a Y for yes in the comments. Somebody said that's a great idea because kids have parties all the time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Kids do have parties all the time. There's parties year round. It doesn't matter. Like, parties are not seasonal. They're year round. So you can literally make money with that all year round. So that is a good thing to get into. Maybe one day I'll build that out where you can go there and pick your party and whatever. And I don't know, I get excited because I can, like, as soon as I get a middleman business idea, I can have that thing up and running in like a week, making money. So I get so many ideas. My wife sometimes, she's like, dude, pump the brakes. She's like, you already got 3. Let those things keep growing. I was like, all right. Because I was like, it's so easy. None of them require me. Like, I don't have to do anything with any of them. They don't need me, so it's not like I'm working on them. So let me know in the comments, if you would start a middleman business today, what industry would you get into? What industry? There's so many industries you can dive into to build a middleman business. There's moving, there's home cleaning, there's website design, there's painting, working with handyman, there's graphic design, cabinet installation, that makes a lot. Pressure washing, window cleaning, TV mounting, lawn care, photography, like weddings and stuff. Some of those wedding photographers might be $2,500. Well, if you take $500 off of that, they'll still do it. Garage repair, pool cleaning, appliance repair, mobile detailing, tree trimming, roofing, vehicle tint, commercial cleaning, landscaping, phone repair, computer repair, plumbing, video editing, on and on. It does not end. Bounce houses, all of that. So anyway, guys, I got to get off here. If you have a question or comment, go ahead and drop it right now because I got a few minutes left to do some work, and then me and the kids are going to hang out at the snowball place today. So I got a friend who I coach in business. She owns a snow cone. You guys call it snow cones. I'm from the South. We call it snowball. She has a snowball joint, and so we always go there on Fridays after school. So, but that's the freedom. I don't have to worry about punching a clock. I don't have to worry about a boss telling me I can't go. I don't have to check with you about my weekends. I do what I want when I want. So that's the whole goal of this. So, all right, guys, I got to go. I'm off of here. And but let me know in the comments if you guys want to learn more about it. Just put "teach me" in the comments. And so and teach you how to build your own middleman business. I'll probably be doing a live training coming up soon. So if you put teach me, I'll probably give you that invite, and then you guys can get in training with me and we'll go over it, okay? Otherwise, I got to go. Have a wonderful, blessed day, and don't stress about this stuff. Just be prepared. All right, guys, peace.